Hi guys, it's Toss from crankygamersuk.net again, trying a few Mac tips again. I'm going to get to show you the program called geektool. As you can see, my desktop, it's got a Simpsons Christmas theme. Now, when I first started this, and it was my first go at using geektool, all I had on my desktop was a basic wallpaper that you see was the Simpsons tool. The speech bubbles that you see, I added myself. The date, time, calendar, weather, that is a completely separate issue as regarding geektool. It's not an easy thing to do. It was the hardest one I had to do. It took me a good afternoon to figure that one out. But what I will do, I'll show you how really basic geektool is. Now, the script used in it, I'm not going to claim any fame for that. It's nothing to do with me. It basically is a matter of using your old friend Google to just search for Mac geektool script. I will say I was a bit disappointed that there's not any sites that are purely script resources. There are a lot of places out there. I will probably search for one in this video and show you just exactly what it's like. But anyway, first of all, let's go to Google and actually find geektool. I will search for Google, and what I will do that and do geektool. Get rid of that, do that. Let's just find geektool. There you will see that geektool website is at the top. It's one of those that's a weird address, but I will put it in the video so it should show up. But anyway, there is what program you need for your Mac called geektool. Download it and install it as normal. Now, like I said, normally this is a bare screen, nothing on it, and I'll basically show you how we just did a little straightforward bubble and code within it. What you do, go down to System Preferences, and you will see there in the other geektool. As soon as you press it, now on my screen you are going to see a lot of boxes, as you can clearly see. Yes, it looks confusing, but like I say, bearing in mind from a clean desktop, there's nothing there at all. What you will get is just this box. Now basically, to trim it down to simplicity, let's take this battery one down in the bottom corner. So the way we got the battery one to work, we first got the image. Now I found the bubble, speech bubble on the internet, just downloaded it, placed it in a folder. Now the way you do that is you start using geektool very simply. Ignore file, because I can simply say I've not used file once to create this thing. Not used to it, not used it at all. So what we'll do, we'll first just click and drag the image to anywhere in the desktop, and you'll instantly see a box appear there. Now the box appeared, and whenever you do drag a box, either an image box, which I'll show you in a second, or a shell box, which I'll move on to, it will instantly do the properties box. And to be honest, this is the only two things you really need to know. Whether you drag an image or a shell box, it will always have its own properties box, and basically this is where you're going to add all the information that you see here. For a picture, we are again looking for a speech bubble, as I said, that I'd downloaded previously and gone off my Mac. So what you do, you see here where it wants a URL, you see the local path, which is basically going to search on your computer, and you will indeed see a couple of things there. What I will say that's pretty important when using these, when you're searching for pictures to use on your desktop, look for a PNG file. It just basically makes it transparent behind it. People in Photoshop and anything else would know how to make transparency, so if you do find a JPEG, you just need to make the background transparent. So we basically point to where the bubble is, there's the image. Click open, and instantly you'll see in my box is a speech bubble. I can resize it exactly like that, and there we are, and we'll just do it as a test. Then we move on to the text inside it. Now for this purpose I'm just going to basically make it anything. Now to do this you'll need to start a fresh one, but it's the shell, and this contains all the script information. Now when you drag that down, that is also going to drop over the top. Now I will just shrink it down just for these purposes, just so you see it inside. But you'll notice again the properties box, the most important thing on here, and the biggest important thing is the command box. For basic instructions, which I'm going to show you, you really just need script off the internet, and the search I was going to show you, I've already looked for geektool, as you see. Now if I put geektool scripts, you will see, in fact on here you'll also see the date. A date is a pretty simple one. We'll see geektool script dates, and you'll see there's a lot of places I have visited for script, this being one of them, forums@macrumors.com, and indeed I have a post in here, but this is a massive post, some 57 pages long. But even here, straight away, right on the very first page, we'll see the date, and this is really what you do. Say we're going to put the date or the time in it. We'll try the time. You'll see this script here that says date and a basic load of script that you probably don't understand. I certainly don't, and like I said, I don't take credit for it. It's basically just searching the internet. But for simplicity, it's just a matter of selecting, copy, then we go back to the script that we've done. Obviously it's reset because I've gone on another thing, but just by clicking the shell brings it all back open again. And if you remember, this is the one we was working on. Now the command line I was telling you is the most important one, and all we do there is we paste the script we got off there, and instantly you will see in this box, it's a bit small now, but you'll see something's appeared there, and it's the time. Now obviously to match my font, again, it's things that I've pre-fetched. Obviously with the Simpsons theme I want it to be yellow, which is pretty straightforward. You just click up here for the colour box opens, choose your colour, and it's instantly gone yellow. Now I've also been and got a font of comic, I think it's called comic, I'll just show you right here, it's called comic book. Select that, you'll instantly see that it's gone. Couple of other tips, obviously you want the size to be whatever you want it to be, we'll just make it big for now. The last thing I did was trim the box down too, so I can move it where I want. Now close the boxes down that you don't need. As I say, this is a bit of an apology because it looks messy, but you've basically got the simple thing that I started with, and if I just move that out of the way, you'll see there, that box there is exactly how I started. What you will see here is the breakdown of how I've actually done the date and the calendar and the weather. And as I say, that is a separate entity, and I may well do a video to show you that as well. But the box I've created is quite simply the current time. One important thing about the time and date I forgot to mention is the refresh rate. Some people say that change it every second is a little bit too much. I think I've got the date on this one. If I go to the original one, yes, I've got mine actually at 1 second. Some people probably say that's too much, but the refresh rate is whatever, any 5-10 seconds, and it'll refresh your time. But there you have a simple instruction on the bubble picture to basically add any picture and any, this one's the time,